Saturday afternoon. It's a great Saturday for me, and I hope it has been a great Saturday after you. I just wanted to tap in just to keep myself accountable. I said I've been needing to do a live. I need to stay on top of it. I need to come and just give y'all some just good insights on what I think is going on out here in this basketball world, things that you need to look out for, things that you should pay attention to, and just being the voice of the streets, these overseas basketball streets. That's what I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. I'm the voice of these overseas basketball streets, trying to draw some gems and just drop some information that's going to help you guys. Why? Because no one ever helped me. And isn't that the saying? If you want something done, you got to go do it yourself. Or if you didn't get something, you got to go be the thing that you sought after to be. So if someone is not giving the information or not doing the thing that you say that you need or something that you wish that you had, go be that person. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at now in the journey of my life and everything that I got going on. Now, every time before I start out any show, I always got to give my piece of my mind and my thoughts of what I'm feeling. Yeah, we're going to talk about Buddy getting harassed by the 3,000 messages overseas by fans. And yes, he was black. Yes, we're going to get to all of the spicy jumbo swumbo topic, whatever. But the whole point of what I'm trying to reiterate in life in general is that you are moving at your own pace. You are moving in the direction that you choose for yourself in whatever endeavor that you are pursuing. You know, my life as an overseas basketball player has not always just been a cakewalk. Even as we speak this very moment right now, I am waiting for a contract. A lot of guys are signed already. It's kind of getting later into the season. It's the 20th. People are already in preseason and things like that. And the agent that I'm currently working with is telling me that, hey, you know, maybe we should just wait a little bit longer because I'm trying to get you the best deal possible. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get you the best deal possible. And I can't be mad at him for that. But then it's like, everybody else signed. Why am I not signed? And I'm trying to get on, and I need this money, and I need to do the things that I need to do as well. And I need the money coming in as well. Why do I got to be the one on the back burners that's always going through this, that, and the third, and baze squaze? Those are the type of thoughts that can run through your head. But the overwhelming thought that you must have in this journey, if you're pursuing to be an overseas pro, is just one, patience. Patience and belief. I always reiterate my book, and I go back to the book. The first chapter in the book is only 6 chapters, very short, very easy read, is belief in yourself, belief in your journey, belief in your process. That's all it's about. It's just the belief that you're going to have. I was talking to my barber today. I know if y'all don't see, I just got a little fresh lineup. If y'all on live, shout out to my barber. He always get me right. Checkmate, the Darius Pace, my dog. I appreciate you. He always gets me right. I appreciate that. But we was just chopping it up. And we were just going over. I forgot my whole point of reference. I got to talking about my cut and just forgot all about what I was just talking about. See how the distractions try to come and take you out? But it's all good. It'll come back to me, and when it come back to me, I'll get back to it. I got to talking about this fresh cut and this lineup, and I just got all kinds of distracted. Y'all ever see that Dr. Umar meme? We have to stay focused, brothers. We have to stay focused. So I'm going to try to stay focused. But I always want to start off by just saying that you just have to trust in your journey and your belief in everything that you're doing. And now it came back to me that people are always going to believe the person that shows the most belief in themselves and whatever they're doing. People believe in people who believe in themselves. Everything that you've been referenced to, everything that someone has told you, everything that someone has offered you from someone else is you went to that and done that because you believe in them, in their word, in what they're saying. You believe in that person. I believe we were talking about the stock market, and he was just like, bro, I don't really know too much about that, and I don't really know nothing about that. And I was just expressing it to him, and I was animated and I'm hyped and stuff like that. And he's like, It sounds too good to be true. And I'm like, the only reason you say that and it sounds so good and so believable is because of how much I believe in it for myself. The thing that I believe in it so much, it automatically gives you belief. It's going to give you belief because I have so much belief in what it is that I am building that you automatically going to believe me just by how much I believe in myself. The belief that you have in yourself will be the driving force for you to reach wherever it is in life that you need to reach. But it's the belief that you have in yourself got to shine so bright that people will start following you and the universe will start pushing everything towards you just because of the belief that you have and the actions that you take ultimately. But it starts with a belief first. You have to believe it. You got to see it in your brain and understand that it is for you before anything. So the belief that you have in whatever it is, that's becoming a pro, playing high school, playing college, whatever it is that you are trying to do, you got to have the belief in yourself that outweighs the pressures of the world, outweighs the negativity, it outweighs your own doubting thoughts that we all have. It's got to outweigh all of that. It's got to outweigh all of that. So I always want to come on here first and make sure I reiterate, first of all, my gratefulness for just the position that I'm in life. You know, like I said, I'm waiting on my contract and this and that, but I'm in a great position in life. And I just thank God for just being in that position in life, first and foremost, you know, to be able to say, you know what, I'm not going to be in a place, in a position in your career where you say, you know what, I don't have to take the first gig that comes to me. I can wait on a better gig. I can wait on a better contract. I can wait on something that's better suited for me. Maybe I'm not signed to where I want to be signed to right here and there, but it's only because I'm not taking less than what I believe I should be getting, or I'm not putting myself in just any old position for the sake of money. Once you reach that part of your career, you're living a different part of your career. Now you can go to where you want to go to, and you can maneuver how you want to maneuver, because you're not in that thirst, hunger part of I need a job just to sustain my life. Don't be caught on survival mode in this game just because I'm trying to get on. You don't want to just be on and then be broke. You could be a professional basketball player and just be broke while getting paid. Don't let that go over your head. You can be a professional basketball player and still be broke and still getting paid. You can be a professional basketball player that's getting paid and still be broke. Because your brokenness is in your mind. Your mindset is broke. Your actions is broke. How you move with the things that you do is broke. I was listening to when we was getting the haircut. Ain't no shot to him. Ain't no diss to him. Ain't nothing. Because I believe everything that we encounter and everything that we do is just like basically comes from our environment, where we grew up, things we heard, things that are portrayed to us literally through music, social media in general. I use my platform to just give insight on the overseas life and inspiration to just life from my own experience. That's just what comes out of me. But there is other people who have other propaganda that they are pushing. In this case, for the guy he was waiting to get his haircut, we was just talking. I was talking to my boy about the stocks, how he believed in me because of how I'm talking about the stocks and all that's going on with me. And he was listening and he was like, man, ain't nobody never told me nothing like that. Just like my boy, I said, I'm gonna tell you what no one ain't never told me: invest in the market. No one ain't never told me as a black man ever in my life to invest in the market. I had to go dig and find and search for that for myself. And he was just saying, like, man, I had 20 and I lost that, and I just spent $1,200 on Armani t-shirt. And I'm just sitting here like, what are you talking? You did what? A t-shirt? I'm about to go to Roof Chris tonight. And then it's just like, I think about just the type of mindset that we're being fed as a culture, as a people. What is the core concept of what we're being fed to keep us in certain positions in life? Even when it comes down to the people that we hang out with, if no one ever challenges you for that and questions your decisions, because a lot of people will just glorify the fact that you spent $1,200 on really a $10 t-shirt, $3 t-shirt. Really? It just got a name on it, but it was made for probably less than $1. Let's say $2, to be gracious. But they sell it to you at a high price for the name of it. In the culture and society that we live in glorifies that. Oh, you rocking our money. You must be a baller. You must be somebody because you're rocking our money. I rock bold claims. This is what I created. If Armani can make what they've done and create something of value strictly on the name and what they've built behind it, why can't I do the same? Why can't I build my own piece of the pie that helps me get to where I want to be and support myself? Why don't I drop $1,200 on my brand and build my own self up? And now I'm not wearing somebody else's dream. I'm wearing my own dream. But as I've said before, it's just not the core concept of the environment that we live in. So I cannot be so subjective to just cast blame, cast judgment, because I can't cast no judgment because I was in the same position. And that's why any chance that I get, I'm gonna just say a 1-2 cents. I'm gonna plant the seed in your brain to know that there is another way. There's other things that you can do. Even if you don't know how to start, the seed has been planted in your head that another person, and in this case, another black man, is telling you, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled and not invest your money and do the right things with your money. Because one thing is for sure, 2 things is for fact, 3 things for certain. Everybody be struggling when it comes to talking about money, bills, and living in America and situations like that. I was talking to an owner of a store last night, and he was complaining to me how everything is expensive. And you would think that he's well off because he's got his own store and he's moving around and he's the owner of it. And he lives in the store. So you would think, okay, he's probably saving money on that. He's living in the store. He got his own setup. He's probably making bank. And he's saying, you're talking about, man, food, gas, water, this, that, and the third. And he has his own business. Now imagine you who working a regular construction job and you dropping $1,200 on a tee. That type of stuff, just for me, it just lets me know where we're at as a society. And I've just came from a different concept of understanding. And a lot of time the understanding is not that we don't know, but more so no one has ever told us and just shown that light. Because we probably hear about it on TV, internet, or whatever, but we never touched and realized and been next to somebody that could show us, like, yo, this is what's possible. This is what is capable if you do this. But let me get into it, man. I'm rambling on about all that. Y'all see the title, y'all probably thinking about, oh, whoa, what are you talking about? 3,000 methods, and then you're sitting here talking about investing and this and that. And I don't care. You hear me? Because this is what we do over here with Big Lou. We're going to talk about whatever because this is the Arnold Stance podcast and my thoughts be racing all the time and I just got to give y'all what's on my dome piece. You feel me? You feel me? All right, so we're going to get into the topic. The first one, talking about this guy named Francisco. What is his name? French guard Sylvain Francisco revealed he would receive more than 3,000 racist messages following a misplayed financial action on the court. Francisco received over 3,000 racist messages after a game. He said, and I quote, "I can't even count. I received 3,000 messages easily. I've closed all my private messages. The 3,000 came from everywhere. Eastern Europe, the US, even France. I didn't expect it, but it really affected me. It really played with my mental state. I'm human. It got to me. Most of the times you don't think it will, but it does. Because we're human. If you think about how much, this is how I think about things in general, or how I try to portray or focus my life. I focus my life on just energy, energy consumption and energy use, energy in a whole, in everything that we do. The base core concept of everything is energy in motion. We're just vibrating at a different speed, different level, different thought process. We're all energy. And everything, when you're writing something, when you're talking, when you're breathing, you're exerting energy. When you're thinking, you're exerting energy. And to think over 3,000 people is exerting negative energy towards you at one time is quite mind-boggling. Quite mind-boggling for that much type of negativity to be spewed your way. No man, woman, person is beyond that, of feeling that, because the power of what words do to two people, to just get an onslaught for a game, for just, at the end of the day, you're human. At the end of the day, we're all human. We all feel. We don't like people coming at us aggressively. We don't like people disrespecting us. We don't like just being hurt by other people, by, what's it called, verbal abuse. Nobody would like to be verbally abused by one person. They call it you're being attacked. They even got to call it cyberbullying, because people are attacking you. Now imagine over 3,000 people. Imagine over 3,000 to 4,000 people sending you messages of straight negative energy. That is a force that is nothing but can demoralize a person. Can literally demoralize a person. It can lead to a lot of hurtful and harmful things to a person if you're not around good people that reinforces the life that you really are, and people that you really trust that can just tell you otherwise. Your support system, family, friends, relatives, whatever, helping you out and just guiding you and making you realize, like, yo, don't focus on that. Focus on the people who really know you for who you are. But the fact that that much people in races just because of a basketball play, basketball is not even forever. It's just a game. It's just a game. It's always more than a game. Basketball is just a disciplined act that one chooses to do. No one is forcing you to play. No one is guaranteeing you anything from play. It's just a disciplined act that each player undergoes. And it's just the act of falling in love of the process of training. That's all basketball. The same way if you wanted to be a runner, a fighter, you're just falling in love with a disciplined act of movement that we all can do. We all can train to play basketball. We all can train. Doesn't mean that we're all going to be the best, but in the bottom line, it's just a core movement that everyone can do. So what will entail you to just put that much negative energy towards some person for a physical movement? Literally, for a physical movement, let's just tear you down and rip you to pieces. And I ain't gonna lie, it's just so much easier and prevalent, and it's just so accepted in society, not even it's in the world society, to just put down black people, black players, talk about them, disrespect them, racist. You don't really hear too much of this happening to white players. I don't hear it. I don't see it. And not that I want it to happen. I'm just saying, in my professional career, in my lifetime, I have not seen it. I have not seen white players being harassed with racial comments. Does it happen? I 100% believe that it does happen. I 100% believe it do. It's just not in my spectrum or around any of the spectrum of anyone that I know closely. Does it happen? Absolutely. Does it happen more to black players? Absolutely. I 1000% believe that it happens more to black players than it does to white players. And I'm willing to stand on that. There is no way you're telling me that it doesn't. There's no way. So, just for that to even happen, it's sad. It's uncalled for, but it is what it is. There is no babying in this lifestyle. There's no babying. Forget the lifestyle of just being a basketball player. If that's the lifestyle that you choose, you got to understand you're putting yourself in front of thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people to be criticized and judged and to feel their wrath of whatever they got going on in their life that they're going to take out on you because of your physical movement, your lateral movements that you have going on. They're going to use that as their release valve. And I always say it. Black men in general, to me, my thought process is we're the most loved and hated person on the entire planet. They love who we are and hate us because they can't be us. I'm sorry. That's just how I see it. It's a lot of jealousy and envy towards black men. How do I know? Because I am a black man. And I feel a lot of jealousy and envy towards my weight. A lot of times for no particular reason. But that's just the gift of God. It's just it is what it is. I don't hold nothing negative because I know one thing. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing something right in the first place. So you can hate on me because if you're hating on me, that means I must be doing something good. So if you feel that much, people don't hate and feel envy towards things that they don't really feel some type of way about. There's something internal that you feel some type of way about. I'm not going to go into every aspect to hold that true, but I'm in this aspect. Envy and jealousy only stems one from just culture and how they portray black men in the world. We get portrayed as this negative concept that we're just bad for society and we're like really the people that uplift society. Like keeping it a buck. A lot of things wouldn't be fun if black people wasn't involved, especially black men. Half the NBA is black men. Half the NFL. Black men. Just keeping it a buck. But in the same token, as they're glorified for being these great stars and great athletes and great role models, you get teared down 10 times as much for any mistake, any whatever it is. You're getting just fried, lynched, destroyed. You got to work harder. And I particularly have just came to the reasoning in my head, like that doesn't bother me. Acceptance of what things are already in life is the greatest way to just move on and figure out a plan. These are the odds that are stacked against me. These are the things that are happening. These are the things that could happen. And this is the result that I am looking for out of life. What do I have to do on my end to make that happen? You know, what do I have to do on my end to make that happen? Oh, shoot. Having a little technical difficulties, but we back. What are you doing on your end to make that happen? You know what I mean? What are you doing? So, moving on to the next topic. So on that aspect of the guard, I find that this is unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. To all my black men out there, you are a king, a god, a true symbol to society. You have power in your presence of who you are. You have a lot of power in the presence of who you are. So when you're taking care of yourself, you're not only just taking care of yourself, you're taking care of the people around you. You're a light towards people. Your voice, you're just the way you are, your essence shines deeper and brighter than a lot of other people and situations. And I'm not knocking no one. I'm just building myself up, because no one else is going to build me up more than I do. And no one is going to speak as greatly about me as I can for myself, because it's really the inner thoughts and the inner voice that I feed myself. That is what pushes me and keeps me going, compared to what someone else might be saying about me or trying to say or hurt or diminish me, especially just because of the color of my skin, because of who I am. It is what it is. But the inner talk and conversation that I have myself has to be louder, has to be greater. It has to be more of a force of change in your own life. It starts with yourself, my brothers. And I ain't on my Dr. Umar right now. I'm just out here just chopping it up on how I feel. We have to stay focused, brothers. We have to stay focused. I'm just saying, All right, moving on. So another topic I want to talk to. Shout out to Playing Overseas, the Instagram app. If you Instagram page, if you don't know Playing Overseas, he's got a dope page. And I always like to go through other content creators in the game who's actually inspiring and giving their insights. And I just like to take from what they're saying and give my own 2 piece on it. So he said in one of his posts recently, you have to learn to take an L and move forward. This is where growth occurs. There's a lot of L's that's going to happen to you in general in life. In this basketball game, if you think that you're going to go a whole career without taking any L's, this ain't the career for you. This ain't the career path for you. It's a part of the game, taking L's. L's come in a lot of different ways. They come through with bad contracts. They come through with late payments. They come through with teams lying on you. They come with a lot of situations. I'll tell you about a few of my L's. Now, if you listen, I didn't tell this story I don't know how many times. The L's I took when I first started. I can just tell you about my first gig. Matter of fact, my first contract. I lost. I had a great contract to go to Qatar to play as a rookie. It was for like 7 months. My first gig, I was going to play in Qatar. I was going to get paid good money for a rookie. Agent said, I'm going to get you some NBA workouts and this, that, and the third. Lost the contract, fired the agent, couldn't get on for like another year after that. That's an L. That was an L for me, because I was already set to get a job and go straight overseas, but I couldn't, because I messed that whole deal up dealing with the agent. First time dealing with the agent, didn't know anything about the process, of course, because I'm listening to him. He's the agent. I'm not the expert. He's the expert. He's the one that knows what he's doing. I'm just the guy that's here trying to get on. And because of that, I lost that. And until this day, I would love to go back and play in Qatar right now. That could have been a whole different trajectory of my life and of my career in general. And I learned, that's something I had to learn from. That was a part of the process I had to learn from, because if I didn't learn from it, I would be taking an L from it. If I didn't learn from it, I probably wouldn't have still been right here today. I would not be here today talking to you guys. If I didn't learn from it, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. You know how I know? Because everything that's happened to me in my career all stemmed from that first incident, from the whole jump of it, because it's just led. Once you look, you can't really see the path and the journey and the turns until it happens. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that would have led to me not going to a tour, led me getting picked up, going to Mexico, getting cut in Mexico, going on another tour, losing all my money on the tour because it was a scam, going to another country, they didn't pay none of our money, getting stuck, having to go to immigration, try to get they're just finna put a loan out on my passport, they're gonna block my passport. Just those type of things people don't even talk about. They don't even know. That type of L is what got me here today. If I didn't go through all that process, I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys so comfortably and just give the information that I can give, because I ain't been through nothing. It took me having to go through some things in order to come back and talk about some things. And now I can see, okay, instead of taking this path, take this one. Instead of going that route, go this one. Now I actually have a blueprint. Now I actually have a game plan that I can look back on that can help me in the future and also help everyone like you guys. Every day I try to come out and just leave a blueprint on life, on situations, on everything that I've been through, so it can help you navigate your life while you're figuring out your blueprint. Maybe you can analyze them, this one, and look at both of them and say, okay, I see where you went wrong here. I see what you did. I'm in that same route. This route looks familiar. I did that. Okay, I made this turn this time when I should have went this turn. So you see that you have those same two options. And you can analyze what I've done and make your own decisions and come up with just a better decision instead of just shooting from the hip and not knowing what to do and just not having no type of guidance. At least you have something. At least you have a word of somebody saying something that could kind of make you understand something. That's all, that's all I'm trying to do. You just give something out. Take something from it. Take something from it. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to tell you. Oh, man. Another quote that he used was, gave up so much for this game, it's hard to wonder if it was worth it. Gave up so much for this game, I wonder if sometimes is it even worth it. He hit home with that one right there. He hit home with that one. All right. Let's see here. Gave up so much for this game, I don't even know if it's worth it anymore. And I think about that, man. I don't know. I put so much into this game. And I just feel like, for me, when I'm thinking about this question as I'm answering you guys, and I'm reading it, because I'm the first time as I got the quote, I'm just reading it. I'm thinking about it to myself now. Like, I'm actually thinking about how that feels to me. Like, I gave so much to this game. I'm starting to wonder if it's even worth it. And I got to get on another video with Big Dude so we could talk about it, because at the end of the day, bro, it's not worth it if you don't get nothing out of it. And that's what I feel. Personally. Did I get something out of it? I believe I got a vision to the second part of my life, or a vision to the real core concept of what I should be doing in my life through this game. So for me, it's 1,000,000% worth it. This program, this network does not happen without the game of basketball. Everything that I'm building, my online business, my investments, as I said, this media company, this network, the podcast, everything, the YouTube channel, everything was built from the jump from basketball. All the lessons that I go through in life was built from basketball. Everything stemmed from my career and my life playing basketball. To some, I believe they probably feel the same. They feel like, you know what? All that time, it wasn't worth it. I didn't get nothing from it. 9 years in the game, I was looking like I ain't got nothing to show for none of this. 9 years in the game, I ain't had nothing to show for none of this. Why? Just didn't have the right mindset. Just didn't have the right guidance. Just didn't have the right information of someone just giving me something. Something to push for, something to like. So for those years, it wasn't worth it, because I wasn't taking advantage fully of what it was giving me. But it took 9 years for me to learn that. And some guys never learn that. Some people never grasp the concept of that. I know guys who are playing longer than me, and they still don't understand that, because as I was speaking about earlier, when it comes to the core concept of what we have been in our environment and what we've been taught and programmed, and the propaganda that's been placed on us is you're set. This is what we do. This is what professional basketball players do. They get money, they spend it, they blow it, and then they go back and play overseas, and you run it back up, and then you live the life. It's just the environment that we've been taught. Everything that we've been taught, or like everything that we haven't been taught. Let me not even say that we have been. We just seen and we thought, because more than a pro, like in my case, more than a pro coming and talking to me and giving me game, they're more showing me the lifestyle that they're able to attain. I got some money. I got a nice whip. Let's go to the club. I got $800 shoes on them. You know what I'm saying? It's the lifestyle that they portray that is the driving factor for most guys, but it's not the real core concept of what is happening. And I'm not going to use anybody else as an example. I only going to use myself as an example, because I don't want to talk about nobody else. I can only, like I said, give you experiences from my life. That's why I say for 9 years, my first 9 years, I wasn't getting nothing from it, because I was just playing basketball, going home, spending all the money, coming right back, playing basketball. So it was just an endless cycle that was ultimately not going to lead me towards anything. I don't have nothing to stand on. I'm not really building towards anything. I'm just out here until I'm done. Yes, I'm getting paid, but then where's the money going? If I'm consistently starting over every time I come back to playing, and I know guys like that still today, 13, 14 years, every time they get back to playing, they're starting over from at least make 30,000, 40,000, 70, 80,000 in a year from playing, and then the next season when they have to start again, they're starting with 8,000. Play a good season, make 40, 50,000, come back. Before you start the next season, you got 3,000. That's not sustainable. One, because the money that you're getting from overseas is not going to be the money that you're going to get forever. Because like I said, not taking advantage of it fully is the time that you got to basically build something greater. That's one thing I will always preach all day, is I didn't take full advantage of it, of playing pro basketball, is because I didn't take advantage of the time that it gave me. The minute I started focusing on utilizing the free time that I have is when everything started changing for me. I actually started utilizing, and it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in the first year. I just started the ball rolling in the right direction. I started the ball rolling on just first improving myself, improving my mentality, improving my mind, improving my will. I focused on myself internally first. I started meditating more. I started writing more. I started reading more. I started training more. I was more focused on my internal self, more meditation, more mindfulness, more lonely walks with myself and God. I first focused on myself internally, and then the things externally started happening. I started understanding more things about how life works. I started understanding finances. I started understanding all this time. I started understanding what happens next, what happens after this. These are the things that started making sense in my head of what I need to be focused on. So now I'm actually building towards something with meaning, with the time that I've been blessed with, because I put the time in to work and train as a basketball player. I get blessed to play professional basketball that gives me so much time, that pays me a great salary, and it gives me the greatest gift of time to be able to build something sustainable of growth and of meaning when I'm done. Because how many people that you know that just have the time to build out something? They're always, I got kids, I gotta go to work, I gotta try to go to the gym, I don't got time to do nothing. And based on how the economy is and based on how things are, I understand that. There is no fault towards anyone because I understand it. Because every time I come back to, I have this joke that I tell my mom all the time. I say, every time I step outside, that's $100. $100 now is like $10 back in the day. When I was in high school, when I was young, a teenager, $10, $20, you get a lot. You could probably make that last for about a week. Every day I walk out the house is $100. Bare minimum. Bare minimum. And that's why I was in the situation that I was in, because first it was $40, then it was $50, then it's $60. But it wasn't registering in my brain like that. Now I understand it. Now I understand the economy. Now I understand the things that are going on in the world. Now I understand how to navigate my life, grow, utilize my mind, my mindset, just those type of things to just build myself up internally first so I can have the things externally. Now I have more assets. Now I have more connections. Now I'm in a better mental state of my career and of my life. Forget career, just in my life, the mental clarity that I was able to have for myself that allowed me to acquire these other things, allowed me to sit down and think about what I need to do next, allowed me the free time to go out and use my greatest asset, which is my brain, to actually get something done to change my position, my situation at home and life in general from when I'm done. Because I was just talking to a guy, I think it was, I don't know, it was a while ago. I reached out to someone about an interview, and he was just like, oh, he reached out to me because he's seen one of he's really seen one of my clips on my podcast, and is a guy that I actually played against when I was overseas. And he said, man, I would love to get on your podcast and just talk about the old times, man. I just love talking about basketball and playing pro, man. I wish there's so much that I wish I would have done. All the old head retirees, they all be saying the same thing, man. There's some things I wish I would have done. There's some things that I would have done different. I would have said, I would have acted towards all this and that, man. I just want to express myself and just speak my truth on what I went through and how it was for me and how I miss it and this, that, and the third. So I take the time, I use the time that has been allocated towards me. Like, to be honest, even my last situation, I was in Argentina, we wake up, I go to the gym. I go to the gym for practice, be at 10:30, we're done at 12:30. Practice at 10, we're done at 12:30 or 12. 2 hours, 2.5 hours max of your life. I go early. So if we got practice at 10, I get there at 9:30, so I leave 9. So 9 to 12, 3 hours of the day. You sleep the other 8, that's 11. You still got 13 more hours to do whatever it is you want to do. 13 more hours. That's to eat, that's to take a nap, that's to talk on the phone, that's to play the game, that's to be booed up, that's to go out. You have an ample amount of time. 13 hours in one day. Say you get that much amount of time 5 days out of the week. You might travel on other days, you might have other things, but for bare minimum, you're getting 10 to 13 hours for free to do whatever you want. To do whatever you want. It's what you should decide to do with that time. And I'm telling you right now, there's still a lot of guys that I know to this day that don't do a lot with their time. They don't use it to read a book for 30 minutes in a day to just enhance their brain to make more money when it's done. Because you got to think about it, just the whole core concept of basketball is just using your body. Your body's going to break down one day. Your body can only take you so far. Your body can only last so far. So if this is the biggest, or if this is your main source of income, playing a professional sport, and I'm not talking about NBA guys and guys who make millions on their first contract, hundreds, and making millions their first contract, you're going to be stuck if something happens to you. Like I was telling my barber, same thing. Hey, you're 1 week away. You're 1 week away from it all come crumbling down. Your life, your house, your car, your job. Go. Let something happen and you go down for 1 week, 2 weeks. Everything that you got is gone. because you're not using the time to put into your brain to get this, to focus on things that will sustain you. When we were talking about the stocks, I was telling them you have to build your own house, meaning you have to build your own base. You have to build your own security in yourself, for your life, for your daughters, for just to not even to survive, to live. Enough of the surviving day to day, check to check, this to that. And then I'm making bad financial decisions on top of that too. There has to be a turning point or a change at some point. And I understand for a lot, especially, okay, going back to basketball players, there has to be some type of change in your life that where you start utilizing this time to realize the ball not going to bounce one day for you. Yes, you're going to play pickup or whatever, but as far as the money that you're going to be making, it's not like infinite. It's going to run. You're going to stop playing professionally one day. But while you have the time and the freedom for the things that you can be doing with the time that you have, it's best to utilize that to the utmost. If one thing you take from me today is utilize the time that you've been blessed with. Utilize the time that you have been blessed with. Look, man, I appreciate you guys tapping in. I appreciate you guys hearing, pulling up and chilling with me on this Saturday afternoon. That's all I got for this live, this segue. If you know anybody that wants to play basketball, anybody that wants to just get the most out of life, anybody that wants to grind, tell them to tune in, tap in whenever we're on a live, whenever I drop episodes, clips, whatever. Any hooper out there that wants to play basketball and you want to, just get a core idea of what it's like and where to start, I got you. Tap in with us, rock out with us, man. Just come along with the journey. Let's just rock and, get better together. Let's get better together. Cliche or not, let's get better together. Remember, greatness is a habit, not a right. That's all I got. Till next time.